Nick, good to see you.
Good, how are you?
Oh, you got a lot going on. You got you're bringing the Faldo series to America.
Yeah.
You got a new club stuff coming out. You got a new apparel line. You're a father. You're a TV man. You're a Renaissance man. You're. Let me ask you this: the academy you're doing with kids. So like there's like 3-4 academies in America where they come, they live, golf 24/7.
Yeah.
How different is it now, golf 24/7 for teenagers versus when you were a teenager, trying trial and error?
Well, yeah, exactly. When I was a youngster, I had to leave school at 16 because in Britain that was the only way to do it. We didn't have scholarships. We didn't have your university program like. So I left school and I went to the practice ground and I beat golf balls, and my knowledge was really eavesdropping on with my club pro Ian Connolly, and he'd talk about the great players did this and did that, and I went out and beat thousands of golf balls and went and tried it on the golf course, and it was pure trial and error. And the thing I think is really important now, or how we've really progressed now, it's 30 years, 40 years now since those days, but the kids now, say you're a 15-year-old kid, the knowledge of the game of golf is way more factual than rather than it being guesswork. We now understand technically, how to build a golf swing.
Right.
You understand physically how to train to use those golfing muscles.
Right.
Then if you need a mental psychology or whatever, you need to understand how to have mental strength. If you want to get more involved, you understand the dietary side of the game of golf. All these sort of areas. Now, I always say to the kids, just learn and listen to a little bit of everything and see what you need to use. But the day of just a young kid coming out with pure talent, sure, he might survive, he win this and that as an amateur, but as you progress on, you're competing against probably thousands of kids globally who are taking on this knowledge and makes them a better golfer.
So you better get it all, otherwise you lag behind.
In a way, you better just give it a go. At least give it an ear, and just try and take on what you think you need.
We've eliminated the trial and error. You went through the trial and error.
Absolutely.
Even in your era, it was trial and error.
Absolutely. My era was very much total trial and error. We didn't. I was told, don't lift weights. So you used to wind up a brick on a bar to strengthen your wrist. You hit golf balls. You went for a run, that sort of thing. Then I was probably one of the first guys to use some isotonic drinks on the golf course because, I remember Fanny came to me, they're using this in Sweden. They have the tennis players, they say, keep your concentration going. Yeah, sure, we try that sort of thing. And banana sandwiches, we were at that level. And so that knowledge is now out there for the kids, and that's why they're progressively getting better and better.
If you had a 16-year-old kid right now, what advice would you give him if he wanted to give golf, being a golf champion, a whirl? What would you give him?
Well, in the golf side, our fundamentals still stack up. You've got to build yourself as a golfer. Good grip, good posture, good this. But it's more now. The physical side is so important because guys are learning. You can train specifically for golf. You get the right core muscles, the right shoulders, great hips, all that sort of thing. Really important stuff for strength, great ball striking, and for longevity, and injury prevention.
You talked earlier about cutting through. You would have saved a lot of time. You would hit 1,000 balls, go out, play 3 holes, and realize what you were working on wasn't right.
Exactly.
So I
did that. Well, now we have TrackMan, things like that.
Right. So if you're a 22-year-old pro, run me by what you would do if you were 20 years old.
If I was,
you'd move the Carlsbad.
I would. Well, yeah. If you can't, TrackMan is quite an expensive piece of machinery. If you can't get onto one of those, I would have lived across the road in Carlsbad or somewhere like that, or so I could walk across to my brand and say, right, do you mind if I hit a few balls this morning, and then get you on the computers, you get your feedback. And off you go and practice, and at least you're practicing with something concrete or something with real commitment and all those sort of things. A purpose, is this the better word?
Right.
So all those sort of things, I think that's how you could. I'd love to be in this area. It makes sense to me because you go down and hit balls for an hour, and you work being exactly what you.
Yeah, you can improve way more quickly.
Yeah.
I think in theory.